Hello everyone, my name is Blue Gators and welcome to my 4th episode of the Shimmer Skyblock survival series. In the last episode, we farmed for cactus in order to get a workbench and a chair, which was used to get the merchant in. We bought iron anvils from him so that we could break that down and build the base. And then we also used the copper axes that he sold to get us wood so that we can build additional NPC housing. We also, at the end of the episode, managed to beat the Eye of Cthulhu, which allowed us to get the item bag from him, which will be immensely useful in the episode. I started off by fixing the NPC housing that we had. If you guys remember from the last episode, I was getting the message that the houses were too small, so I went ahead and I upgraded by going up a level, and that would allow NPCs to finally be able to spawn into the upper side of the base. And nearly immediately, as soon as I got the houses set up, the druid spawned in. So, because we beat the Eye of Cthulhu in the last episode, that allows the druid to actually start spawning in. Otherwise, we would have had to wait till we beat the Eye of Cthulhu for that. So, I got right to buying grass seeds, some sunflowers, and some acorns, because this is going to be very useful for us so that we can start going ahead and building herb farms and getting some trees so we don't have to rely on the merchant so much anymore. We could just get trees to give us all the wood that we need. We also got the guide to move in as well. Afterwards, I went ahead and decided it was time to open up our bag of Cthulhu items. So we got a shield, some crimtane, 2 crimson seeds, and an Eye of Cthulhu mask. Now the crimson seeds are the critical piece here, and you're gonna see why very shortly. So I got right to planting an area for the crimson seeds. I want to make an area that is not going to affect the rest of the map, but still will be an adequate location so that when we're ready to fight things like the Brain of Cthulhu, we have a solid area to do that in. Now I think it's probably time to discuss the question that we had in the last episode. So in the last episode, I made a bunch of mysterious U's all over the map. And they are for a very specific purpose. And 2 of you got it correct. They are fishing ponds. They're meant to be for fish. But there is a unique problem, as there always is with a map like this. How do you get water? I got a bucket. I could clearly make plenty of buckets. But how do I get water? And the answer is lava. Now, for those of you that have played the game before, you know that in normal master or expert mode, the lava slimes will normally drop lava, but they don't in this version. That is because it's based off the Get Fixed Boy Zenith Seed, and in the Zenith Seed, you spawn in hell, so there is no chance of getting lava from them. Instead, the lava has been switched to lava bats. And if you guys remember in the last episode, there was an image where I did kill a lava bat and there was a full pool of lava. That was part of the reason why I actually came down here, aside from trying to get potentially the demon scythe or a better weapon. It was just an opportunity to progress while we were waiting for the cactus to grow. However, that still doesn't completely answer the question though, does it? The question is, how do you get water? Well, the answer comes all the way down to that lava bucket. You see, the Shimmer doesn't just break things down, it can also convert things as well. If you remember earlier in the episode, it was able to turn a mana crystal into something even better. And when you put a lava bucket into the Shimmer, it's going to turn into a bucket of honey. And if you turn a honey bucket into the Shimmer, it's going to turn into a bucket of water, thus ending our issue on trying to find water. So I went ahead and I grabbed our water bucket, grabbed some Netflix, and started using the water duplication glitch so that I could start moving this along and start filling all the various reservoirs we have across the map. After filling the reservoir long enough, the angler finally spawned in. The angler is a super critical piece of this series, and getting him is absolutely required in my opinion. In fact, I don't think you can beat the game, at least in a relatively good manner, without unlocking him. So it was great to see him. He did unfortunately die as soon as we got him because there was no way for him to jump out of the water, so he didn't end up drowning. But that's fine. We'll just go ahead and build him a house, and then he'll be able to move in as soon as he can. I also placed some sand down on the bottom of this reservoir because that way it will act as an ocean biome. So that way we can get some ocean creatures spawning in as well, like pink jellies and sharks. After I was done filling up all the water reservoirs, I went ahead and decided to build an even larger area, this time with mud blocks. See, the mud blocks are going to be used to give me a very special area. While I was filling up the water reservoir, I also managed to get Tim to spawn. Tim has one of the better magic items that you can get early on, that being his magic wizard hat. The wizard hat gives me 5% additional magic damage, a little bit more defense, and additional minion spawn. This is what the map looks like when I was all said and finished. By the way, do you guys want to see a magic trick by chance? Alright, well, here we go. Look, jungle grass. Now, wait, before you click off this video and think I cheated and somehow got this in here. This was actually a possibility. And let me explain, because it's a very delicate process on how you get this. And it all starts from one very simple ingredient we got earlier. Crimson seeds. You see, crimson seeds are very special in being able to not only be planted on dirt blocks, but also be planted on mud blocks as well. And grass seeds, which you can buy from the Dryad, cannot be planted on mud and can only be planted on dirt. So if crimson seeds can be planted on mud, then there's only two options: mushroom biome or jungle biome. However, to figure it out, we need to get some purification powder. Of course, the game's not going to make it that easy. You see, on this map in particular, the druid does not sell any sort of purification powder, and that's a property of the zenith seed. So we need to somehow figure out how to get purification powder in a world that doesn't have purification powder. Remember those crimson seeds? You see, in the crimson, you can get a vicious mushroom which you can turn down into vicious powder. And wouldn't you guess it, if you throw that vicious powder in the shimmer, you will get purification powder. And that is how you unlock the jungle biome. And with that, it unlocks many different opportunities, many different ways to get bait, many different ways to get loot, in fact, which is why we have a fishing spot and why the angler is going to be so important soon. And with that, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call that a video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate all the comments, all the support, and all the advice that I've been getting in the comments as of late. It's been really inspiring, and I thank you guys so much for it all. On the next episode, we are definitely going to be doing a lot of fishing, a lot of grinding, and we're going to be working our butts off to make ourselves a better and a stronger character so we can start taking on the bigger and the badder bosses in this game. See you then.